Um, so this level, I will say Act 2 was where I first got my first time over in Sonic Mania. I do actually have an option now where, so originally you just had the 10-minute time limit, but I think it might be in the original release of Sonic Mania actually. But there is an option to play without the time limit. So again, if you want to do, more exploration, that sort of stuff, you're not sort of bound by the sort of 10-minute, which always did seem a bit arbitrary, really. I mean, I'm just thinking about it now. I have no idea why they did have a 10-minute time limit in the Sonic levels. It did. I remember it used to catch me out on Launch Base Zone Act 2 as a kid, where I'd always get to like the final boss, and it always. I'm talking about in Sonic 3 alone, I should say. And I'd always be running out of time. The time didn't stop when you got into the Eggmobile. So, unlike in Sonic and Knuckles, where we did make it so that the time didn't stop. And yeah, you can sort of see as well, there's a little bit of a gimmick with the electric shield here, where you can sort of get caught up on the electricity. I did actually want to keep that electric shield. It's a shame we got hit by it, because there is a way to get a life. I'll show off where you would get it. So if you go here, you'd get flung on by that spring, and you'd actually get magnetised up, and that would lead you to an additional life if you did need it. So I originally bought Sonic Mania on PlayStation 4. And then I got Sonic Mania Plus, the physical edition, on PS4. And then I'm playing this on Steam at the moment, so yeah, I have purchased this game multiple times. So you guys didn't need to fall down there. And yeah, but the Plus edition was real neat. It's a bit of a shame actually that you can't revert back to. So there is a boss coming up. I'll tell you when. Where in the original version they have changed it considerably. It's in stage 6, so it's still got some time. But yeah, we'll go into more detail on that. I will say we did change it for the better in this version, but sometimes I think, it'd be neat just to revisit that boss, right? I'm sure there's some mods or probably some way to access it. Yeah, if you push these spikes, you can get to a special stage. There you go, another extra life. Just for you guys. Right. See the old jumper in. Yeah, might be a bit of a weird one, but I was never a big fan of Flying Battery as a kid, but it has grown on me. And yeah, definitely a good level now. Again, with the lightning shield, you can simply double jump and hit this thing dead easily. Otherwise, you just want to wait until the garbage lifts you up high enough to hit it normally. A fairly simple fight. I do like how we have Splats of Bunny in amongst the garbage, which was of course a cut enemy from Sonic 1. So yeah, that's a neat little reference. Only a cool bonus of 8,000. I'm losing my cool, guys. Do apologise. Anyway. There's no risk of getting crushed by the sides, by the way. so you don't have to fret about you know that. Yeah, so this is a stage where I got a time over, or the act rather. Again, I did find this boss pretty tough originally. Normally I'd go the lower route, but I'm pretty interested in seeing what's going on with the upper route, so we'll follow this along. But yeah, you can sink into the garbage pile there, and that'll take you the lower route. So yeah, I will say I'm not too familiar with where we are at this moment in time. Okay, I think this is actually part of the main course of the level. Possibly. I seem to recognise this setup at least. Oh, actually, I wonder. Yes. Hey, if I shield. Sweet. I can't use because he's got bloody invincibility. Sometimes it's a curse. Oh, here we go. And yeah, this adds. Okay, I have no idea how we access this. I've tried looking at level maps to find where the other switches might be, but yeah, not a clue at all. And it's one thing that again keeps sort of pestering the back of my mind whenever I play this. And it's like, I really must figure out how to get there one day, but yeah, just never bothered learning. One day, guys, one day, but not today. Oh, if anybody does know, please feel free to let me know. I'll be massively grateful. Yeah, I was tempted. So I was a big fan of Zone Zero back in the day, which did very, very comprehensive guides on Sonic 1, 2, CD, 3 and Knuckles. I was tempted to try and do something similar to 4. I did want that bubble shield, but I'm not going out of my way for it. Yeah, I was tempted to sort of maybe think about doing my own for Sonic Mania, because I don't believe the walkthrough writer for Zone Zero is active. I want to say his name's Ricky Earl, but that might be the name of the artist who did some art for it. Either way, it's a wonderful little blog or walkthrough. Yeah, I'd recommend anybody take a look, even if you don't need to use it. It's just so well written and well designed that I just enjoy reading it, just for sort of seeing out the different routes in levels and stuff that I don't necessarily know the whereabouts. I played Sonic 1, 2, 3 and Knuckles countless times, certainly hundreds, possibly thousands. And I know I'm not even the most well-versed player of the Sonic classic Sonic games, but yeah, that's sort of our how much I played them, and I'm not like a speedrunner or anything. And then, yeah, even just looking at some of those walkthroughs and sort of learn new bits of about the levels and stuff. It's just really competently written as well. So I'm not sponsored by them or anything, I swear. But yeah, I do like the yeah, it's talking about the Wing Fortress elements to Flying Battery earlier, and yeah, I do really dig what they've done with it. Here we go. boss time. And I do really dig this boss. I think it's a really funky boss, and this is what caused me to get my timer over originally, because oops, didn't mean to fly off that way. Oopsie daisy. But yeah, if you hit it, that sort of causes Robotnik to go down. And you sort of want to use the momentum from those spinny things to really do the damage on him. The reason you might want to keep him down is so that you can spin dash into him to knock him into those spikes. I'll try and show it off on the next round. But yeah, usually I can sort of get 2 hits in. I don't know per round. I don't know whether they reduce the amount of hits he takes. I am going to deliberately not hit him there. I have a feeling he only takes 6 hits. Okay. Well, what I meant to do was spin dash him into those side spikes, but yeah, you just have to take my word for it, I'm afraid. And yeah, this is just a how not to do the boss. Yeah, so only seems to take 6 hits. So I think it was originally 8. I could be wrong. But yeah, I did. The first time I played it, I did have a bit of difficulty with that boss. But it's one other boss that I found really tough too.